Let's open it up for questions for Luke Miller.
Luke, it's third down. What are you seeing on that interception play when you realize that the quarterback missed that mark?
So we actually dropped into a coverage where I'm our middle runner, which means I basically control the middle of the field. I was lined up over the center, so it was a hard read for the quarterback to see me get out there that fast and to make that interception. But I'm going to give all my credit to my buddies up front, putting pressure in his face, making him throw that bad ball for me. It was my first career interception, so it was obviously a great feeling for me, but I give all my credits to my defense. That's it.
Was that one of those balls that seemed to hang up there forever?
It did. It did, especially after I just said that was my first one. I was just looking in the air. I was like, this one's mine. This one's mine. I was going to come down with this one. But yeah, it seemed like that ball was in the air for about 10 seconds, but luckily we went up and came down with it. So worked for the Dukes.
How special is your group up front? You guys really dominate the line of scrimmage today.
Extremely special. I mean, we have two freshman defensive ends on the either side, Jason Patterson and Jack Dunkley. Absolutely unbelievable studs. They work their butts off all week, and they prepare for that. They prepare for those situations every day. They're ready for it. And then my interior guys, Ack, Kurz, Mente, all those guys. I mean, they sit down there and they work for us. They clear those holes up for us. They have me make my tackles, me make my picks. I mean, they do everything for us. I mean, they're a truly special group that needs to be recognized for us. I mean, I should be in here with those four guys behind me. So,
what's the relationship like with Rizzo?
Me and Gianni actually played each other in high school. When I was a sophomore and Gianni was a senior, and that's when I first knew G. And then I transferred. After I went to Kent State, came back here, and I was like, all right, I know this guy, So we started having a good relationship as soon as I got here, We clicked since day one. Me and him were good out on the field out there. He communicates to me, I communicate to him, and we do our thing. He's really the head of our defense as well. I mean, he knows what everyone's doing at all points of the game. So I mean, if you ever don't know what you're doing, ask Gianni. He knows.
Does that give you some freedom to go out and do what you can do?
A lot. Gives me a lot of freedom. It takes some stress off me. I mean, he's our quarterback on defense, I just go out and execute what the call is, but he sets us up and he puts us in position for success.
You kind of referenced it, but two Whippeal guys in that spot. I mean, how special is that to, represent your hometown?
It's awesome. I mean, the more Whippeal guys, the better on Duquesne. It's really about the culture we have here. We have a great culture with all these Whippeal guys, and not only the Whippeal guys, everyone from everywhere, but it's awesome having, that hometown feel when you're in the locker room and there's those other guys that grew up down the road from you, so that creates a different tone to the defense.
When the game starts and you look to your bench side and you see that there are no empty seats and there's just so much energy, just how much more does that just give you in the tank, just seeing that behind you?
It was awesome, man. I mean, the music was loud today. I look up, I saw my mom, my dad, my aunts, uncles, grandparents, sister, everybody was there today. I mean, that's always a great feeling. You're playing those big stadiums. It's really awesome. But I like to look up and see my mom and dad there too as well. So the fans were awesome today. Audience is great. Atmosphere is amazing. I appreciate everyone coming out and watching us play today.
Along with your interception, C.J. Barnes got an interception. What was kind of defense's reaction seeing that play?
Personally, our guys are put into that position to make those plays. They're put into those positions to make those one-on-ones, and we expect them to make those plays. Same as me. I was put into that position, and they expected me to make that play. I mean, it's just we're executing the call, and we're executing it efficiently. So CJ had a great pick. I'm happy for him. We just got to keep doing it going into conference play.
How special can this defense be? You guys think you can be, one of the top units in the country?
I believe so. Last year we had a group of guys, pretty young. I mean, most of our defense came back. I was out last year. I tore my ACL last year, but I got to step in and play a role for our defense this year. And I mean, there's a bunch of I'm a guy stepping up. There's a bunch of guys just stepping up right now, playing really, really good football. And I believe if we keep playing our best football, we can be one of the best defensive programs in the country.
When you have that time off from that injury, what motivates you in that comeback to find that next and to push back even harder?
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of motivation. There's a lot of backlash. I mean, you're working through it, but you're not seeing any progress. You just have to put your head down and keep working. So that's hard for a lot of guys who they're told they're out for a whole year. They can't make an impact on the team they're on. So you really, all your work's just in the athletic training room. So doing my best just in there with the other guys, helping other guys get better, other guys helping me get better, working with each other. It just really motivated me to keep going. I mean, then last year, like when I was out, like seeing my guys on that field making plays as we did today, scoring touchdowns, picking interceptions, anything. It's like I want that to be me, So I mean, that's just something internally that just grinded my gears for past years, and I was ready for it today.
When you have a team effort like this, how much does it make all that work that you had worth it?
I mean, it's really like you can't put it into words. I mean, because we got here July 28th, grinded out a month of fall camp, and that's just time, and you and your boys are just in there, blood, sweat, and tears, working. That's it. You're just working, and I mean, for us to come out with this outcome it means the world to me. We go through those nights, and those mornings you don't want to get up and practice. Those nights you don't want to get that extra meal in because you already ate 4 or 5 today. There's some stuff we got to do, and we've been doing it, and it's been allowing us to execute at a high level.
Anything else?